Hi, Andre again here, discussing how to grow our existing customer revenue. Now we realize that this is no new problem. However, the solution has become far more complex. What we have done is, in many cases, added additional CRM capabilities. We're requesting more training from our people, more processes. We are adding additional analysis and even more reporting. And for some reason, what we're finding that all these additional things that we're doing is just not meeting the expectation we require. So what's the solution? Sometimes it is all about simplicity. Welcome to CustomerSWOT.com, the process of simple in order to grow each individual's customer revenue. We access CustomerSWOT.com by putting in our username and our password, and automatically we get presented with all our customers, or those specific customers that pertain to our login details. And what this tells us is each customer's strengths, each customer's weakness, each customer's opportunity, and each customer's threats. Now, let's think about this from the salesperson's position. Automatically, they know everything about this customer within a one-page environment. They notice that this customer has 10 strengths. How can they capitalize on this? Well, first of all, what this tells us automatically for this specific customer is that it has a high margin percentage. It purchases very frequently, and in fact, it's purchased in the last 9 days. Oh, and somebody's also added a little note telling us that they're opening up a new branch fairly shortly. Well, what are these 10 products and how frequently are they being purchased? There is this product, the RTE, which gets purchased every 3 months. And there's a whole additional range of products that get purchased fairly regularly. Well, think about the power of this. Just the ability to discuss this with the customer and possibly offer them some of those value-added services that you've been working on. For example, the instant refill capability. We know when you're purchasing it, we will automatically refill this product based on your purchase frequency. So let's use some of these additional strengths to help us serve our customer better. At the same time, with all these great things that are happening with the customer, what's happened? We notice that there is some risk management that we require here. This customer has stopped buying these 2 products fairly recently. And we even notice that they used to buy a certain product on average every 4 weeks, and yet they haven't purchased in the past 12 months. And here's another product that has also been purchased every 2 months, but has not been purchased in the last 8 months. So now that we know this information, we can request from our customer as to why this has happened. Are they buying this product from our competitor? Hopefully that's not the case. Are they stopped buying this product for whatever reason? And at least we can ensure that all those potential risk management issues are in fact being addressed. From an opportunity perspective, what we see is that there are similar customers. So what SWOT does, it identifies other customers that are buying the same product portfolio and understands what else these customers are buying and presents these as opportunities to the salesperson. What we notice is 15 similar customers are purchasing a product 1,181 times. So we even get a degree of frequency. So we know, whilst we're talking to our customer, that this might very well be relevant. We know potentially that it is successful for other people. Very powerful for our inside sales force or outside sales force to have a discussion about other things or other opportunities for our customer. At the same time, we may want to add a quick note and let's talk about possibly it's a meeting that we want to do and we want to enter the date of our note and we want to add a note and we want to present the new low energy range. case, it's just a note, and we're going to save our note. So automatically what we're showing under this customer is to present the low energy product range that we need to do with our customer within a very short space of time. Remember, there is not a long time that each of our salespeople have with our customer. We can identify how to grow that customer, establish what their strengths are, reinforce those strengths with the customer, and if there are any weaknesses, let's go and do some damage control before that damage potentially is too late. At the same time, we may want to identify some of the recent activity that is in existence with this customer. What this does is this shows for each SKU what the revenue has been for that particular SKU, at least over the last 6 months. Now remember, we've got to be able to produce this on your iPad and on your iPhone, so we can't use too much data that's going to clutter the whole thing. At the same time, we may not only want to look at it at revenue, we may want to identify the margins or the units in relation to each one of those. And we have many other options as well. If we don't want to identify it based on each individual SKU number, we can look at it by supplier or by type or division or class or various different ways that we wish to identify potential other ways of looking at our data. From a graphical perspective, what this allows us to do to view the total business that we've done with our customer and compare the revenue or margin or units based on the activity conducted last year versus this year. A nice way just to get a quick overview, how that customer is performing for us. Using our filtering capability, we may want to focus on, for example, let's say customers in our top 20% by revenue or by margin, for example, or we may want to focus on those customers with weaknesses, or those customers with opportunities, or those customers in a specific category, let's call them a geographical category, or those customers in a specific market segment, for example, or customers in the cooling environment or the plumbing environment or whatever the case may be. In this case, I'm going to focus on all my customers that are in my top 20 by revenue. And here I get a short list of customers, once again producing my SWOT analysis. I can identify simply by clicking on each customer what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are there any opportunities, etc., etc. Now, I think by now we've got a feeling for customerswot.com. You can try your own customerswot.com simply by accessing the website customerswot.com, www.customerswot.com, and testing the product in a real live environment. As you can possibly identify with me, there is no training required. As long as we understand how to click onto a customer's name, we should be good. In addition to that, we'll get you up and running. Irrespective of your ERP system, we'll connect your data to produce your SWOT analysis. It takes us about 2 hours, and the total cost of this is $350 per salesperson per annum, with a once-off $800 installation fee. You've enjoyed our way of driving existing customer revenue with the ability to do it fast and simple. That's bye for now from Andre again. Have a great one.